Hey everybody, it's Sarah and it's Spirit of Saturday, and today we're talking about myths and eating disorders, and today's specific myth is about body image and the fact that eating disorders may be related to vanity. Obviously that's a myth, and to me it's one of the most straightforward myths to dispute. To me the evidence is absolutely irrefutable. Eating disorders are not about looking good. More so, eating disorders are often about trying to disappear, trying to look in some way not feminine, trying to hide, either at either end of the spectrum with a, very, very low weight or a very high weight. I have never met someone who is truly vain, who has an eating disorder. People have eating disorders for other reasons. It's very, very natural to want to look good, and it's very natural to want to feel good about the way you look. And as social creatures, it's, we want to present well to those around us, and that's so, so natural. What's not natural is the extent that you have to go to in order to do that through an eating disorder. If you are a well person, and you do decide to pursue a fad diet or whatever that could, blur into an eating disorder, it is my sincerest belief that you will not develop one. If you are well and whole and happy and healthy, you will not develop an eating disorder. Generally, that behavior falls under disordered eating rather than eating disorders. And what's the difference? Basically, clinically, eating disorders disrupt your life and just wreak chaos and havoc in your life, and disordered eating is not good for you by any stretch, and the line is very blurry between the two. But generally speaking, people aren't bound by disordered eating the same way they are eating disorders, and nobody wants an eating disorder. I don't care what you say, nobody wants an eating disorder. If they do, it's because they have no idea what one is actually about. And it's not natural to go pursuing an eating disorder, or, the way that you look as a result of an eating disorder. It's not about vanity. I can't even really argue it, because it's not about vanity at all. Like I said, I don't know anybody who's vain, who has an eating disorder. Do they care about the way they look? Are they set on this body image that's distorted, and they want, to somehow make it better by losing weight? Yeah, absolutely. But that's not the only reason. Eating disorders are an expression of something that's gone wrong in your life. And you will not develop one if there's nothing wrong in your life. Because you will get bored, and you will get tired, and you will get hungry, and you will eat, because that is natural. When something is not natural, when something has gone wrong in your life, then you end up developing an eating disorder, or you can be prone to developing one. It's at that point, body image does get wrapped up in it, but I don't think I've ever known someone who truly wants an eating disorder or engages in an eating disorder to look good. They do it to look a certain way, and they do it to achieve a certain body image that is desirable. But almost everybody I know, we agree on what body image we find desirable, and what our goals are in an active eating disorder frame of mind. But if you ask us, do we find that beautiful? We will tell you flat out, no. Do I find the emaciated figure triggering at times? Yeah, I do. I don't find it as triggering as I used to, and I find that as I get further along in my recovery, I have a different definition of fat and a different definition of overweight and a different definition of thin and sick and all that. But if you would ask me at any point in my eating disorder, is someone with a BMI of, X and X who's very, very underweight, are they beautiful? I would say no. I don't see them as beautiful. I don't see them as having something that I don't. In that vain sense of way. In that, she's better than I am, I'm better than she is, that kind of thing. To me, it just, like I said, it's kind of, I don't even bother refuting that myth anymore, just because if someone thinks that, I don't have the time for them. If you think I'm a vain person, then I just don't have time for you. Because I'm not, and just because I have an eating disorder doesn't make me vain. And, generally speaking, I found that a lot of people with my experience are the same way. Yes, we get caught up in our body image, but we get caught up in it for different reasons than to look good. We get caught up in it for reasons of trauma, for reasons of perfection, for, control, for fear, for a whole bunch of other reasons, but it's never to look good. We are so focused on what we don't have and what we don't look at and what we aren't, that looking good just doesn't even enter the picture ever at all. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. I feel kind of like I didn't really cover the topic. It's kind of like lost just because, like I said, I don't even bother arguing this anymore. So yeah, if anybody has any really good points, definitely comment. And I'll see you next week. Take care.